Hey folks, it looks like this is World War III. Looks like it's gonna be imminent, folks. This is breaking points, and they got a secret document. Plans laid out that U.S. and NATO countries and the UN in on it with NATO countries, and they're gonna occupy Gaza. It's gonna be like a UN force, troops, U.S. troops in it too. They're gonna occupy Gaza, like a peacekeeping thing. And this is the breaking point. They're announcing this, and Sagar is saying he hates this and that it's really that the U.S. troops are gonna get shot at and killed. It's gonna be like another Iraq. And how long are they gonna stay there for? Years? 20 years? Like Afghanistan? And how about the Muslim world? There's gonna be a fire if this happens. And how about Russia and Syria? See, Russia's back in. Russia doesn't like this. What's going on now in Gaza, and all sorts of players in this, folks. And this is disturbing. Hear what they say about it. Let's see what Breaking Point says.
Ship doesn't have the courage to say any of these things at this moment, which is, it's shocking and ridiculous and troubling even in of itself. But let's give people an idea of what they're already planning. Put this up there on the screen. This is from Haaretz, again, an Israeli organization. Guys, please keep this up. This is a map that just shows you the amount of U.S. military equipment that is currently in the Middle East right now. We're talking about the 26th Marine Expeditionary Unit, 2,500 Marines, 3 ships. We're talking about multiple destroyers, 2 carrier strike groups. We've got 2 aircraft carriers, guided missile ships that surround them, multiple U.S. Air Force heavy lifters, 50 civilian cargo planes. We've got evacuation preparation flights sitting in Lebanon. We've got multiple air assets, which are, again, as I described, the P5+1 powers, in addition to some other Europeans, on top of the Patriot and the THAAD missile defense systems, on top of multiple other air units that we have, all spread across the region. This is like the last time we had this amount of force that was massed in this, we invaded Iraq. And just look very clearly at what they're prepping for. I don't know what it is, okay? We haven't seen the second front materialize yet in Lebanon. Hopefully it never happens, but they're ready certainly if it does. But if you put these pieces of news together, you can begin to see they're preparing for something far more significant than Hamas. You don't need F-16s and aerial refueling tankers and carrier strike groups to go after Hamas. You don't even need that to go after Hezbollah. You know who you need? You need to go after Iran. You need to go after conventional military.
That's what it is, folks. This is all. Well, this is all. Well, there is going to be a peacekeeping force there. Peacekeeping thing there, anyways. But this is actually deployments, build up forces, build up the like the military power to go after, to fight a major war. That's what this is all about, folks. But there was another video I'm thinking about that was they're gonna have with the end game, they're gonna have a peacekeeping force with NATO in there. And it's gonna be like to keep the peace, kind of. When this is done, if they try to attack Israel, so it's gonna be like a peacekeeping force. But that's another video I was thinking of. But this is actually like a force. This is a plan that's for offensive attack to attack Iran and Syria, mostly Iran. So this is a build up to a major war in Iran. I'm thinking about something else, folks. But there's going to be another piece, NATO force in there to also protect Israel and keep the. I don't know how much of Hamas is going to be left by the time this is done, supposedly. Because there are some other plans that they're going to completely level Gaza. And they're going to have a peacekeeping thing there. Peacekeeping force there with NATO. And they're going to make some kind of arrangement to have the Palestinians near the Sinai Desert, supposedly. But that's another plan. That's something else. That's also in the mix. But here, this is a actual plan to go into the war with Iran, most likely.
Military forces, and clearly they are very worried about it. I also would be remiss if I didn't mention, I think Counterpoint covered this yesterday as well, where the Egyptians came out yesterday and they said, we will, quote, sacrifice millions to make sure that nobody comes out on our territory. So we're talking about the return of a conflict between Israel and between Egypt. I mean, this is very troubling rhetoric. When an Egyptian dictator is coming out and saying we're going to sacrifice millions of our people to protect our sovereignty and our territory, you should pay attention, considering that they fought multiple wars against Israel in the past.
Yeah, because they're gonna put the Palestinians into Egypt, supposedly. Gonna be in the Sinai Desert, and they're gonna have all kinds of. Well, they're gonna be attacked, right? That happens. They're gonna push them into the Egyptian, push them into Egypt. So Egypt's gonna fight back, and in Iran's gonna get into it. I don't think Iran wants to get into it. Really. Not yet. Then you have Turkey. They made some noise. They were a fan of Israel, but now they're making noise. And there's Russia there already. Russia. No, Yemen's into it. Yemen's attacking Israel, folks. Yemen's in this war already. The US is already there bombing, well, not bombing, they're fighting militants in Syria. I mean, Iraq. So, this is gonna escalate, folks. This is just the beginning, it seems like. And there's no, well, hopefully now there's gonna be a ceasefire. And maybe something will happen. Maybe cooler heads will prevail. And hopefully, well, they're calling for a ceasefire, but this escalates into, see, now they're going into Egypt. That's going to spark, see, they had a peace agreement after so many years. And this is going to end the peace agreement with Egypt. That's amazing. So you can have all the Arab world against Israel, US. Then you have NATO. In Russia, Putin's against US and Israel. Putin used to be an ally of Israel, now he's against Israel. But I'm not going to say anything else, folks. I'm just saying, I'm holding my tongue. I don't want to say anything more. But I'm just saying, it looks like this is going to be the start of World War III, and this looks depressing. Doesn't look good. And don't forget, they have nuclear weapons. You have Israel, you have Pakistan, India. India may not get into this, but Pakistan, the Muslim country, they might get into this. Huh. Don't think that they won't. Then you got Russia too. So this is gonna be like a major conflict. Just because they want to bring in it seems crazy, folks. Some say they want to bring in the Messiah. I say, I'm thinking now they want to bring in the Antichrist. I don't know. I don't know, folks. It looks bleak. How many years we're gonna have? 5 or 10 years left until this whole thing collapses. Seems like it, folks. Anyways, folks, I spoke enough on this. I'm out.